It's been a while since we talked about our calm and rational friend, Alex Jones. Also, in case you are immune to sarcasm, he is not a friend of the show. I think he is a dangerous, disgusting scumbag. One who many just think is a harmless meme, right? He's talking about chemicals making the frogs gay. But also he's someone that does disgusting, dangerous things all the time. And in fact, one of those things is why we're talking about him today. Right, he's currently embroiled in the first of 3 defamation cases brought against him by multiple victims' families. And it's because Jones has been one of the loudest and ugliest proponents of conspiracies surrounding the Sandy Hook shooting, having said that it was staged with fake kids and parents played by actors, which, to be clear, is complete and total crazy. Just in case that needs to be said, 20 children and 6 teachers died that day almost 10 years ago, and their families have been grieving ever since. And the whole thing has arguably been so much worse, so much more difficult because of Jones's lies. As a psychotherapist for one of the victims' families even testified on Monday, saying that their treatment was set back by years and that the father, Neil Heslin, he's had repeated nightmares about Jones and his followers, whom he claims send him death threats and harass him in public. And so the Heslin and the mother, Scarlett Lewis, parents of the deceased 6-year-old Jesse Lewis, are seeking $150 million in damages from Jones and his company, with the trial set to determine how much you'll have to pay. Now, as far as the defense here, Jones's team has argued that he's since acknowledged that the shooting happened and already paid a price when he was deplatformed in 2018, losing millions of followers. You also had Free Speech Systems, the parent company for Jones's InfoWars show, filing for bankruptcy last week, and that coming after InfoWars itself and 2 other affiliated business entities did the same last April, delaying the defamation suits. Though many don't think that he is actually bankrupt, and there's this whole thing about him being gifted millions in crypto. It's a whole mess. But the main thing is that the trial is underway, and if you thought this would be anything short than an absurdist clown show, I don't know what you've been smoking. Tuesday's trial went off the rails, but the lunacy actually started outside the courtroom, with Jones talking about the case just hours before, saying this about Heslin, right, Jesse's father.
He is being manipulated by some very bad people. I mean, I'll just say it because I got to be honest. He's slow, okay? I mean, I think Heslin acts like somebody on the spectrum.
And so, of course, the prosecution plays that for the jury on Tuesday, and Heslin testified that he's been living in fear.
I can't even describe the last 9.5 years of the living hell that I and others have had to endure because of the negligence and the recklessness of Alex Jones.
Also breaking down in tears about his lost son, saying that he was real and did live for 6.5 years.
But I cherish those days, those years with Jesse.
You also had Scarlett Lewis joining in to express her utter bewilderment at Jones.
Jesse was real. I am a real mom. And there's nothing that you could have found because it doesn't exist, that I'm deep state. I know you know that. That's the problem. I know you know that. And you keep saying it. You keep saying it. Why? Why? For money? I know you believe me.
You've also got a lot of people talking about this moment after the judge leaves the room when Lewis hands Jones some water because he had been coughing throughout the day, with Jones then offering to shake her hand and she accepts, with Heslin's lawyer then starting to argue with him about how he called the father slow and autistic, leading to this heated moment.
That's it. You're not talking anymore. You're not doing this. That's not even a thought. That's not the way this goes. Let's move our shit on here.
Why? Because you can't feed him fake videos anymore?
No, shut up.
Then, at some points, the trial just becomes downright bizarre. Or like one where the judge tells Jones to spit out his gum, to which he replies it's not gum, that he had a tooth pulled and is massaging the spot, and then this happened.
So you're chewing on your gauze?
Would you like me to show you?
No, I just want you to answer my question.
No, I was massaging the hole in my mouth with my tongue. I'm sure, right here. Here.
I don't want to see
All right.
the inside of your mouth.
Oh, no, there's no gum.
So the judge chastises him several more times, telling him that he's violated his oath by lying over and over again during the trial and saying,
Were you instructed that there were some things you could not testify about?
Yes.
And do you remember what they were?
Yes.
And what were they?
The document you put out saying don't talk about free speech, don't say I'm innocent, and a bunch of other stuff, and then that got withdrawn. I believe you withdrew it. I think it's called motion in limine.
Okay, so you don't remember?
No. I remember currently.
Stop. You remember day one where I said it's an unfair world and you don't get to interrupt the judge? Do you remember that?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. But the judge gets to interrupt you?
Okay.
Remember that? Yeah. Okay, so you don't really remember what you were not supposed to testify about. That's what I'm hearing, because you said, yes, I remember, no, I don't remember.
Well, I'm trying to remember.
Okay, I don't want you to try and remember.
No,
I don't want you to try and remember. You either knew or you don't.
Watching part of Heslin's testimony when I was coming here, and him talking about the bankruptcy So I thought that was totally fine. I mean, he gets to, why do I not get to do what he gets to do?
Mr. Jones,
Yeah.
stop making, just stop.
Also, regarding lying under oath, yesterday Jones testified that he never discussed Sandy Hook over text. But today we saw this absolutely jaw-dropping moment where one of the lawyers for the parents said they had proof this was a lie, and really, I'm just gonna let the lawyer explain it.
So you did get my text messages, and it said you didn't. Nice trick.
Yes, Mr. Jones.
Oh.
Indeed. You didn't give this text message to me. You don't know where this came from. Do you know where I got this?
No.
Mr. Jones, did you know that 12 days ago, your attorneys messed up and sent me an entire digital copy of your entire cell phone with every text message you've sent for the past 2 years, and when informed, did not take any steps to identify it as privileged or protect it in any way. And as of 2 days ago, it fell free and clear into my possession. And that is how I know you lied to me when you said you didn't have text messages about Sandy Hook. Did you know that?
My lawyer sent it to you, but I'm hiding it. Okay.
Mr. Jones,
Mr. Jones,
please just answer questions. There's no question. Mr. Bankston also only asks questions.
Sure.
And as if that wasn't bad enough, the prosecution also played an InfoWars segment in which a voice suggests that the judge here is involved in and because she worked for Child Protective Services once. With it displaying a picture of flames appearing to consume the judge, though Jones claims that it was supposed to be her burning Lady Justice. But ultimately, that is where we are right now. This is still a developing situation. The trial's still unfolding as you're possibly watching this, but it's gonna be an important and interesting thing to watch and also see what judgment comes down. You know, just anytime we talk about this guy, I have the question in my head that he has even asked himself at times.
What is my problem? Ugh.
But as always, thank you for watching, subscribing, and thanks to our fantastic sponsors like Coinbase and more specifically, Coinbase, DeFranco.com for making these extra videos possible. If you're looking to get into crypto and or you just want like $42 for free, sign up now. It's a great service that I use, it's free, and you get $10 in Bitcoin just for signing up and $32 more in other crypto just for learning about them. You're welcome, and also thank you. Yeah, I love you faces, and I'll see you in the next video.